I want you to imagine one thing for me. Imagine waking up in 10 years and you suddenly realize you have made absolutely no progress. You still feel you still feel the same way that you feel right now. You still drive the same car, you still have the same job. Literally nothing's changed, but the only thing that's changed is the fact that 10 years have gone by and you haven't done anything. Primarily because you are scared to fail. How would you feel if that was to happen? And that's basically why we're going to talk about why failing is not as big a deal as you would imagine. So, I've failed in multiple fucking things. Multiple things. If you want a portfolio, I've failed two online stores. They weren't profitable, so that's why I called it fail, so I just pulled the plug on it. I failed two online stores. I've been redundant. I've basically kind of got fired within 2 weeks. What else? I've gone up to people like when I say fail, I mean in every aspect. I've gone up to people that I find attractive and it didn't work out. Cool. What else? In trading, investing, I've lost money, I've won money. Overall, yes, I've lost a bit more money. What else? I've failed to keep up with my own schedule, and that's everything I can think of right now. But I'm pretty sure there's more. The the truth is, failing is completely fucking normal. And yes, people will laugh at you. People will talk behind your back. People will try to belittle you. But the main thing is when if you put it in one way, let's say you saw someone who wasn't doing as a good job as you would normally be doing. Wait, that didn't come out right. Let me try to rephrase that. Let's say you're good at something. You are successful in something. Doesn't matter what it is. Maybe it's just drawing. Let's say you're very successful in drawing. And you see someone who's struggling, who's failed multiple times. Would you go and try to talk behind their back, or would you try to belittle them as much as possible, or would you try to help them, try to get them to where you are right now? And the main thing about that is hate, or yeah, I would say hate. Hate doesn't come from people who are doing better than you, and that's something that I have had to learn over multiple years of failing. It doesn't matter once again in what aspect that I failed, but that's something that's pretty plain obvious to me now. That hating or someone trying to put you down, no one who's doing better than you would want that for you. So if someone's doing better than you, they would encourage you to do or like go and follow the path that you are following, even though you might be failing a step or two, which is completely fine. And one of the quotes that Kevin Hart once said was, if you don't know what failure is, how would you know what success is? If you haven't failed a billion times, not a billion times, but if you haven't failed enough, how would you know what success is gonna feel like? Like it's the same thing. If you've never had a bad day, how would you know that you're having a good day? You gotta have the bad things with the good thing. Then that's natural to me. I don't know. There's no other way to put it, but that's one of the most natural things ever. And the main thing that I wanted to go over in this video is a lot of people do fail in multiple aspects. Once again, doesn't matter what it is. It could be talking to someone that you like, or wanting a job, or wanting your dream job, or trying to start a business, or trying to start a YouTube. Literally doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything. The thing is, people start once or twice, they fail, they beat themselves up over it, and they just give up. For me, even after failing a lot of times in multiple aspects, doesn't matter what it is, for me, not trying and not knowing what the outcome is a little bit more scary than failing. Because another main thing is like after failing one or two or three or four, doesn't matter how many times, but once you keep failing, it's literally not gonna be a big deal for you. You're just gonna be like, ah, cool. You failed, learn your lesson, know what not to do, move on. And One of the main things about failure, once you fail, you're gonna realize it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter that you failed on one thing. It literally, no one cares. There's no other way to put it. No one cares that you failed. You don't even care that you failed. Like, cool. You might be sad for it about one day. You'll be sad for it for a day, and then you're gonna move on. And the next thing about failing, or once again, it could be a relationship, could be a job, could be a business, could be anything, literally anything. You gotta learn the lesson that it's trying to teach you. In every failure, I promise you there's a lesson. I promise you. It doesn't matter how significant the lesson is, there is always something to learn from it. If you failed, you literally know one more way of how not to do it. Let's say you failed to bake a brownie. Cool. Are you gonna beat yourself over it? No, you're just gonna be like, okay, that's not the way to bake a brownie. You just learn one more way of not doing it, and that's perfect. That's literally perfect because like you learn something out of it. You gain a bit more experience, and the next time you're gonna do it, you're gonna be better at it. And this is, I would say, the most important thing. Do not beat yourself up over it. Like one of the main things about success. Let's say you want to be successful in a way that, let's say you want to do music and you want to be successful that way. How many people do you think have tried and given up within the first, let's say, a month or two? Probably millions of people. Like a lot of people start stuff, but they don't have the guts enough to finish it. And the people that you see who are at the top right now, they've failed a billion times, and they're still doing it. They're still doing it within the process of basically moving forward, like picking yourself up and patting yourself in the back and then moving on. What they did was they got better at what they do. They got better, and boom, they're successful. And that's the case with every industry, every successful person. They failed a million times, not a million literally, but they failed a lot of times, and they learn from it, they grew from it, and they're successful. And that's the thing about being successful as well. That's why they say a successful person is a person who lost more than a loser did, but still kept going. And that's basically what you have to do. Keep going in the right direction. You're gonna fail, you're gonna fall down, pick yourself back up, keep moving, and you're gonna get there. Do not be afraid of failing. Like, no one cares. I don't know how to say it in any other different way. Like, no one cares. You don't even care if you failed. As long as you still think about yourself as like someone who's competent, someone who can do what they say they would do. Don't lose your edge. Just keep going, keep learning. You will fail 10, 20 more times, but keep going, man. Literally. I failed multiple things, but I'm still on to my next project. I'm working on something that I am passionate about. And if I fail, don't care. Do not care. I tried. Oh, forgot. One of my close friends has this quote. He said, if you're failing, fail quickly and fail cheaply. There is no point in trying to make something that doesn't work. That's bonkers. That just made so much sense. So much sense. Because why would you invest a lot of money into something that you know you've tried your best at and it failed? Why would you invest more money into it? So yeah, fail cheaply. And why would you invest so much time into something that you know won't work out or something that you can't do? Fail quickly. Fail cheaply, fail quickly, move on. Move on to the next thing. And when I say that, I just don't mean don't just half ass something and then be like, oh, this is not gonna work out and move on. No, do not do that. You're just gonna end up literally where you are. Give it all you got. Literally all you got. And if you fail one time, maybe go back to the drawing board, see where you went wrong, try to fix everything that was wrong, come back to it, and it fails again and again and again. Move on. Just move on. You don't have to try to make something that doesn't work. That could be in relationships, businesses, whatever. If something doesn't work, give up. Not give up. Fail. Don't give up. Fail. Fail at what you do is better than giving up. Fail, learn from it, move on. And I promise you, if you keep going, there's going to be success eventually. And you might not believe it right now, even though I would say I've failed more than the average 22-year-old. And yes, I haven't found the success that I want yet, but I promise you, I will. I will get there. Promise. Like, I have no doubt in my mind. So, yeah, I will leave it there. Keep trying. Put yourself out there. Take that risk. Take that risk. And, yeah, ask her out. Get that job interview. Go talk to people that you know might help you with that business. Go take that risk. Go start the business. Literally, just go. No one's stopping you. If you fail, cool. On to the next one. Cheers. I'll leave it there. Have a good one, man. Boys, girls, whatever. You're doing these.